If you want the best ElevenLabs voice settings for cleaner, more natural and more professional AI voiceovers, this video will help you dial everything in fast. Whether you're creating narration, tutorials, corporate explainers or more expressive character-style voices, the right settings can make a huge difference in how human your audio sounds. So if you find this useful, please hit like and subscribe for more software tutorials just like this. Alright, let's jump in. The first setting you want to understand is stability. Stability controls the balance between consistency and emotion. In simple terms, a higher stability setting gives you a more controlled voice, while a lower setting gives you more personality, more variation, and more emotional range. If you are making storytelling content or character voices, a stability range of 40 to 50% can work really well because it allows the voice to sound more dynamic and expressive. But if you are creating narration, corporate content, or tutorials, you usually want a much steadier delivery. For that type of content, aim for around 65 to 75%. That helps keep the voice clear, smooth, and consistent, without random emotional shifts or strange tone changes. Next is Similarity Boost. This setting controls how closely the generated voice matches the original voice sample. For most users, a range of 75 to 90% is the sweet spot. It gives you a strong balance between lightness and audio quality, so the voice still sounds close to the original without introducing unnecessary issues. If you push it all the way to 100%, you can get the highest lightness possible, but in some cases that can create distortions, over-enunciation, or a slightly unnatural sound. So unless you specifically need maximum voice fidelity, it is usually better to stay in that recommended range and keep the audio sounding clean. Now let's talk about style exaggeration. This setting controls how much the model leans into the speaker's unique style, cadence, and expressive delivery. If you want the safest and most reliable baseline, keep this between 0 and 10%. That is usually the best place to start, especially if you want polished voiceovers that sound professional and predictable. If you want a more expressive performance, you can increase it to somewhere between 20 and 50%. That can make the voice feel more animated and more emotionally involved, but there is a trade-off. Higher style exaggeration can sometimes introduce artifact noises or make the output a little less stable, so use it carefully and test your results before publishing. The final setting is speed. For natural-sounding voiceovers, a slight adjustment is usually all you need. The best range is around 0.9 times to 1.1 times. That small change can make a big difference in pacing. If the voice feels too rushed, slow it down a little. If it sounds too dragged out, speed it up just slightly. For tutorials and narration, this small adjustment often makes the AI voice feel much more organic and easier to listen to. So, if you want the simplest best practice setup for ElevenLabs, here is the quick version. Use higher stability for tutorials and narration, lower stability for expressive storytelling, keep Similarity Boost in the recommended range for the best balance, leave style exaggeration low unless you want extra emotion, and only make small speed adjustments for natural pacing. That combination gives you a strong starting point for almost any voice project. If you're testing these settings, I recommend changing one setting at a time so you can hear exactly what each adjustment does. That makes it much easier to find the perfect voice for your content instead of guessing. And if you want more tutorials like this, make sure you subscribe because I post simple step-by-step software guides that help you save time and get better results faster. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.